everyone, welcome back. It is another WIP Wednesday, and embarrassingly enough, we are literally starting off from where we left off last WIP Wednesday. It has been just a very chaotic week, obviously, and yeah, I am sitting down to record this, and I was like, wow, I haven't progressed at all on this page. That looks just super awesome, but I guess we'll just pick up where we left off. My hands do have a bunch of paint all over them. Good thing I see my nail lady tomorrow, so I didn't destroy my nails, but yeah, I've been painting the trim and just kind of like touching up paint today all around the house. And unfortunately, it rained this morning, so I have to wait a little bit. I need to touch up some paint on our deck, and I need it to dry because it rained overnight. And the only reason we're rushing is, so I'm not sure if I touched on it last week. I probably didn't because I hadn't done an offer yet. But in my finished pages video, I had mentioned that we put an offer in on a house, and unfortunately that offer was not accepted. We were beaten out. I was really bummed because it was the exact house we've always wanted to build. We actually had started building that exact same layout, and things just kind of back in the day, gosh, almost 10 years ago, it kind of fell through. So someone was selling one pre-built, even with a lot of the upgrades that we were doing on ours, and it was just literally like 5 blocks away. The kids wouldn't have had to worry about missing out on friends. Even though it's 5 blocks away, they moved back into the better school district that we wanted them to go to when we bought this house. So overall it was like perfect, and we overbid the asking by a lot. I mean, in a non-seller's market, or not even that, in just a normal market, our bid would have been outrageous. And we got beaten out, and I was just thinking, oh my gosh, how much did someone offer? Because we went way over their asking and gave them a lot of extras, and we still got beaten out. So I have no clue what beat us legally. They can't, disclose that. So yeah, we lost that one. And there's just like every day, maybe 1 or 2 houses will pop up. Some days absolutely nothing gets listed. And the ones that have been popping up, I just have zero interest in. They don't grab my attention. And then there was one that popped up. It's still under construction, but it's brand new, and it's supposed to be finished end of February. And so we went and looked at it yesterday, and the pictures didn't do it justice. Like in the pictures, it looked very different. In person, it was gorgeous. In the pictures, they didn't have the countertops up, but when we went to look at it, the countertops were actually there. So that was nice. Because I was kind of curious, like, hey, what's the finishing touches going to be on this thing? But we got to see the countertops put on, and they're beautiful, and the layout is amazing. And it's I was joking because my husband's like, I want a really big backyard, and so this is 1 1/4 acres, and so I was like, here you go, big as can be. And in person, oh my gosh, 1 1/4 acres is huge. I mean, I knew it was a lot of land, but just seeing it in person and like standing there where the back covered deck is gonna be, and just looking out at like all the land that's yours, it's like insane. It's huge. It's massive. But we really loved it walking through it. So we did put an offer on it yesterday, and they have till 5 p.m. tonight to let us know. I'm trying not to get my hopes up, because I really had my hopes up with the last one, especially because we bid so high, and you know, like it was an outrageous amount over their asking and we lost. So I'm like, man, if there's people that are ready to throw down even more than that, I don't know. And this one is at the top of our budget, so we don't have as much room as we did with the other one to like offer something super extravagant. The only other thing is, since it's brand new, no one's ever lived in it, which is awesome. But we will have to like do all the landscaping and fence it. So yeah, I'm a little nervous today, just waiting to hear if our offer was accepted, or if they're gonna counter offer, or if they're just gonna say no, or someone beats us out. And then we're also rushing around because regardless, we're gonna have photos taken of our house. We're not listing our house till an offer is accepted. I know that like hurts us in the market, but the problem is our house will sell so fast because in this market, houses are selling within like 5 days of being listed max. Most are selling like 1 to 2 days. So the problem is ours would sell fast and then we would be under the gun to find something perfect, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to do that. But we are going to get the photos taken, which means we have to do like all of our prep list for selling and get that stuff done. And so like we're kind of rushing around to finish like with touching up some paint, which is why I have paint on my hands. And the paint part isn't too hard, but like I said, the deck sucks because I'm gonna have like a window this afternoon, once it dries, the wood, to paint it before like the next few days are just nothing but storms. And my husband's trying to repair our gate. And yeah, so we're rushing around to get all of it done so photos can be taken. That way, if we get accepted, we can list right away. Or if this one gets accepted, we're ready to list. So the next couple days are gonna be chaos. I've already like pretty much decluttered everything. Like every room is ready to go in that sense. It's just now touching up paint and like those little odds and ends that you have to get done. And then yeah, we'll see, but it's pretty stressful and really bumming because you find a really gorgeous house and you love it and you put in an offer. It's just like so defeating when someone's like, no, you were outbid, or it's just, I mean, it'll be fun to sell my house. Like my agent was like, yeah, it sucks right now trying to buy, but when you go to sell your house, it is going to be so fun. You're going to have people like fighting over your house, offering you like a ton of money for it. You know, you're not going to be in any position where like I have lowball offers. People are all going to offer me more, and they're going to, so it's like, it'll be fun to sell mine because I'll get probably more than we ask, and it'll sell fast, and we'll have multiple people to choose from. But it's just gonna really suck trying to buy, and that's the biggest problem. So I've been just running around frazzled, trying to get all of the stuff done, and I have had no time to color. Like Monday I sat down with a mandala book and did one because I was just like having coloring withdrawals practically. I don't know how else to put it. I was just like, ah. But yeah, I haven't had like a break. And I'm hoping this weekend, if I get enough done, I can at least take one day to myself where I just sit there and rest. We'll see. And then when we list our house, it'll be chaos because we'll have a ton of people that want to come see it. And so we'll have to leave the house. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Packing up the kids, the dog, myself, my laptop so I can work. So I do apologize if I'm slow to reply to comments, because a lot of you have been commenting and I'm trying to get to them in 24 hours. But same with social media. A few of you have left me messages on social media, which is awesome. I love it. Just keep in mind, if I take a while to reply, just over the next couple weeks. It's just from all the chaos around here, but once that dies down, I'll be back in full swing. It's just been frazzled. I was so happy to sit down today though and color. I'm literally going through like coloring withdrawals. So if you remember from last week, this is going to be all like rainbow. Like I said, it's going to look like a rainbow party just threw up on my page. It's going to be super bright and fun. And I apologize if you hear any loud noise in the background. While the paint is drying, I have the kids trying to keep the dog occupied, which means keeping her locked in their room and playing with her, and it's just, yeah, pandemonium around here. But I hope everyone is doing well. I hope your week is going good. I mean, last week flew by, and then here it was Wednesday already. I was just like, holy moly, where's time going? I guess that could be a good thing, rolling through winter quickly, because I'm already over winter, and we haven't even had that much snow. I'm just already done with it. Like, ugh, I need some sunlight. But it's been kind of crazy. And then, of course, here I am working on a crazy busy page as a way to relax, so that makes it even funnier. Let's see, I think let's do this one in blue. I think the trees, though, like these little branches, I'll still do in brown, because I don't want, like, everything to be rainbow. I want a few, like, neutral colors just to add some pop. That's why I'm going to do, like, this cage in a silver, I think. Let's see. Oh, I will be doing my Felissimo video very soon. Weirdest thing. So they always bill me on the 12th of the month, and I usually have it within 10 days. Not 10 business days, 10 days. Excuse me. And yeah, it did not come in 10 days for January. It actually just arrived yesterday. So that was odd. That's the first time the shipping has ever taken longer. And the thing is I would have to wait until middle of February to report it if, say, it didn't show up. And then they would resend it, because they don't do any tracking for their airmail stuff. So yeah, that was the first time, like, I pretty much went a month without a subscription. So my January, I didn't have one. And I'm wondering if it's going to start falling behind now. Like, so February I'll get billed, but I probably won't get it in February, so I'll get it in March. So I'm basically ended up skipping January with how it shipped. But I do need to swatch those out for you guys. They're fun colors. In fact, they're so rainbow-ish. I should have used them on this page, but I already had my Prismas picked out. But it was quite perfect. And I have a couple tag videos I need to do. I was tagged for a few. And don't worry, if you tagged me, I did see it. It's on my to-do list. I just have to tackle the home selling to-do list a little quicker. Priorities. But not forgetting about any of that, so don't worry. Yes, so today I kind of wanted to talk about just, coloring and how it has helped me with, like, my anxiety and stuff. I think it's pretty important. I know a lot of people think anxiety and depression are all, like, taboo, and some people even treat you differently if you say you have anxiety or depression. But I've noticed a lot of people in the coloring community all usually suffer from that, so it's nothing new to them, which is nice. But for me in particular, coloring has helped me quite a bit because I suffer from OCD, and I've kind of touched on this before, but OCD is, it's not where you're a perfectionist. People think like, oh, I'm so OCD about things, and they use it as like an adjective. To be OCD doesn't mean things have to be perfect. That is part of it. Being like a neat freak doesn't mean you have OCD. OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder, like, and keywords obsessive and compulsive. You can do like repeating things, like you might have to repeat something a certain number of times. Your brain will just obsess over things that most people would let go. And so for me, I have found that coloring helps a lot with that. I've been able to kind of overcome a lot of that. Like normally I call it my hamster wheel brain. So I'll be sitting here, like if I'm stressed about something, it just sits there and like eats away at me. I can't let it go either. Like, you know how some people say, oh, just let it go, forget about it. I can't do that. Like, my brain won't do that. Like, literally, I cannot shut off my brain. And so coloring actually helps with that because it distracts me, my brain. And so instead of like focusing on something and obsessing over it and stressing over it to the point where I practically give myself an ulcer, I start focusing more on the coloring, and then I kind of like time slips by. So either the thing that I'm obsessed about, that usually it's stuff I have no control over, like, you know, the weather or the internet out or systems at work going down, stuff like that. But what's nice is coloring like distracts me long enough for those things to resolve themselves without me sitting here so stressed about it that I like cannot function. And so that is one reason I've really gotten into coloring, and it's one reason this week I feel almost like I'm losing my mind because I'm obsessed over like houses. Like I keep checking for new ones. When we put in an offer, I'm like practically nagging my agent every 5 minutes. Good thing she's a family friend and she knows I'm a little nuts, so we're good. She knows me. But like, yeah, I can't focus, and so the house projects around here have kind of kept me distracted. But honestly, I have been like losing it without coloring, because at night I can't like wind down. I'm constantly thinking about like my to-do list, or are they going to accept our offer? Why haven't they gotten back to us? And so it was really nice, and I was like super excited to sit down today and be able to color, just because like I was honestly starting to lose my mind. Like this morning I was feeling very anxious. My problem is I will continue to obsess about something until like I start to have a panic attack. And I've had panic attacks to where they're so bad I actually think I'm having a heart attack, or I actually just black out. And so it's been a really rough couple weeks because I've had to take more medication than I prefer to take, and I actually had to talk to my therapist and increase my medication because I haven't been able to use my coloring outlet. I'm sorry if the dog is barking. But yeah, without my coloring, I really haven't had my outlet to like release all that stress. So I've had to rely on medication, which I absolutely hate to rely on, because the more you take of anxiety meds, the harder it is to wind down later. And so that's my biggest problem. See, that was another thing I wanted to like say. If I'm kind of rambling or off topic, it's just because I've been so high-strung lately that my brain is like working a mile a minute. I have my hamster wheel brain, as I call it, where just like the wheel keeps turning and turning and I can't focus on anything else. Like right now as I'm coloring, I'm still thinking about that offer, like, are they gonna get back to us? Because they have till 5. And it's getting like every hour it gets closer. I'm like, I still haven't heard anything. But we'll see. So I love that you guys have been leaving me comments also with questions for me to answer in like the next week's episode or, you know, week chat. So please keep doing it. They're really fun to answer, and some of the questions are really interesting, like ones I wouldn't even think of asking. So I hope you guys keep doing that. I've really enjoyed that. I did have some questions from last week's. I will get to those next week. The reason being is I had to pack up my entire desk, and I accidentally packed my notepad so, with a bunch of questions on it. After they take photos on Friday, I will go unpack all that, and then I can totally address that next week. So I didn't forget about you and your questions. I just wanted to let you know I had to pack things, and I kind of was in a rush, and I packed my notepad with the questions on it, and I was just like, oh darn it. And I didn't have a chance to go back through my comments and like find them. So didn't forget about you guys. The moving, let's see. It's funny because I'm super stressed and my mind is going everywhere, and this page stresses me out, but I want to finish it because I hate having unfinished pages. But these Kirby pages, man. And his new book comes out. I know those like in the UK already have it, Lucky Dogs, but I have it like pre-ordered on Amazon. And I'm going to, I think it comes March something here. So I have to wait a little bit longer, but I've seen the flip throughs and it looks really awesome. Can't wait to give it a shot and see how it goes. I don't know if I'll color in it as frequently as like another book, but that's kind of why in that 10 untouched books to finish, I just said I have to really be in the mood for Kirby books. I don't know about you guys, but they're just so intricate and time consuming, and just you really need to be in the mood to dive into those things. Like this page, sorry about that, guys. So right now we had to pull our gate down and repair it. In a windstorm a couple weeks ago, the post like literally snapped in half in the windstorm. So we had to pull that down and fix it for, you know, selling the house. And that meant to take the dog into the backyard, we have to walk her out there holding her collar and chain her up in the backyard so she doesn't wander off. And she wanted to go outside, and my son went to grab her, and she realized she was going to get chained up if she went outside, and so she started barking. But oh my gosh, that's been a nightmare because our dog really likes to go outside. She loves it. And, you know, we usually like let her in, let her out. It's almost like a game she plays. But right now, to let her out, we have to chain her up. And then she barks and gets mad because she's chained up. Oh, it's a nightmare. At night is the worst because she's antsy. And she'll just ask to come in, go out, come in, go out. And so I'm hoping the concrete has set so we can put the gate up today. My husband said it probably won't happen, so I'm like really depressed about that because I don't know if I can handle another day of this. It's like becoming a nightmare. So yeah, I'm really hoping we can hang that gate today because I don't know if I can handle much more. And it was raining this morning, and I had to drag her outside in the rain and then go get her and then take her out again. It's just like, oh my gosh, is this chaos ever gonna end? But then I got thinking about it. The new house has no fence, and so we need to like get up a fence super quick, and this is the crappiest time of year to do it. It's either raining or snow, but we're gonna have to do that because otherwise we'll be in the same freaking boat, only it is straight up mud back there. So we'll have to like clean her off, and I don't even know how that's gonna work. I'll be straight honest with you. I don't know. I may possibly go insane. But yes, if we do get this house, I will totally share some pictures on Instagram. I'm super excited. I'll have a new office space. I'm thinking we're gonna have to install some doors though, because it's open. It's such a cute house, but I don't want to get my hopes up. But it has like a unique build to it. So it has these massive vaulted ceilings. Like, oh my gosh, that when we first walked in, that was the first thing I noticed, was just like, holy crap, those ceilings. Monster kitchen, which I've always wanted, with a huge island, so I'm super giddy. And then it's gas, so we can finally have a gas range. I'm just extra giddy there too. But the living room, yeah, has these monster vaulted ceilings. The office is right off the living room. The master bedroom is on the first floor, and it is gorgeous. It has a walk-in shower, which is so fun. Like, you don't have any doors to deal with. Like, you just walk in. Big old tub, walk-in closet. And then upstairs on the second floor, it has 4 bedrooms. And so one would be for each of the kids, and then my husband would take the extra room as kind of his office, just until we finish the basement. The basement's not even done, but luckily we wouldn't be in a rush to finish that. And when we do finish it, it's already framed for us, so all we have to do is like do the rest, but it's already framed out to have 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a living room, and then there's another room but it doesn't have windows, so our agent was like, well, you can make a theater room, but we're probably going to make that like our home gym and just call it good from there. And then yeah, but we won't finish the basement right away. But it has this big covered deck outside. Like I said, a ton of land. It's so pretty. And I hope we get it. It would be awesome because we are on the waiting list to build a house. So if all else fails, we will just build. But we're on the waiting list. So it's 2 months to get a meeting, and then we would have to like pick out a lot and all that. So that's our backup. If everything keeps failing, we have a backup plan of just building. So that's why I say I don't want to get my hopes up, but this thing is really cute, and it's in just like this tiny community. It's actually a horse community. Most people have horses, but if we bought that, we wouldn't. I don't even know what we're gonna do with that acre. I'm not even kidding you. We're gonna fence off like not even the whole property, just for the dogs and the kids, and then from there I don't know what we'll do with that acre of land. It's massive. I was like, we could do a pool, a basketball court, and still have like so much land. I don't even know what we're gonna do with it. We'll build a garden and stuff like that, but I mean, there's just so much. So we're gonna do what we did with this house, is hire a landscape architect and have them come kind of plan it out. Like, we'll say we're looking to do this, this, and this, and they draw plans, and it's basically like a total guide. Tells you exactly what to plant where, and just makes it so much easier. But again, that's all dependent on if we get it. And in this market, nothing is for certain. You could put a ton of money as an offer on a house and still lose. So if you can't tell, I'm super salty about that one, because I was just like, we put in a strong offer, and in any other market that a seller would have jumped on that, because that would have been like an insane amount of cash just to get. But someone went even crazier than us, so I was like, well, alrighty. So that kind of is what sucks. It's like, if you really want a house, you have to like go big, like super big on your bid. And that blows, because it's like, you feel like you're overpaying for a house, and I kind of have to do the math. Like, if I overpay, but I finish this, am I going to gain enough equity to kind of like justify me going big? And so every house we look at, that's kind of what I do. Like, okay, if I finish the basement, my value goes up to this. So yeah, I'll overpay for that. But if I'm not going to get any instant equity within like the next 2 years, then I'm not going to go big on it. It's just, sorry. I'm not going to go negative on a house. So it might take us a little longer, depending. But I will definitely keep you guys updated if we do, by some freaking miracle, win this house. Everyone, you know, cross your fingers for me. Hopefully we get it, because I really want to stop bidding on houses. I want to be the seller getting tons of bids. I don't want to be the person having to fight. That last one we put a bid on had 24 offers. 24 freaking offers on one property. We actually had to wait in line to go see this stupid thing. Can you believe that? That is nuts. So yeah, that's the kind of market that's out there. I want people lined up outside to see my house and like offering me a ton of money. I don't want to be the person stuck out there in the rain and cold, waiting desperately to bid on someone's house. I'm ready for a role reversal. But yeah, we just definitely can't sell ahead of time, because it will sell fast and then it'll be kind of like, we'll either have to like just pick any house that works or move into a rental, and I don't want to do that. I'm not going to settle. If I'm putting money down, because this is our last house, we're not going to like move again for a long time, if ever. Like this, wherever we go is going to be like forever house type of deal. So it has to be absolutely perfect, because there's a lot of houses that have listed and my agent sent it to me, and if there's even one thing I don't like, I say nope, and I don't even bother. But yeah, like, so we haven't gone and looked at a ton, because we only look at the ones that actually in pictures catch our eye and, you know, we're excited about. If it's even sketchy in the pictures, I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Let's see. See, I'm kind of like doing some rainbow colors, and unfortunately I have to use my lamp that's behind me, so it's not as bright and it's not showing like all the dimension here. I almost feel like I need to get some red on there. We'll see. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do these guys, but I'll keep coloring these fairies. See what I can get done with those. Are these fairies? I don't know. Little nymphs, I guess. I'm just using the exact same colors I did in the rainbow. Only this time I am doing it all over the page as well. And I honestly don't know what I'm going to do for background. I'm not going to do a rainbow background, because I want this, like the rainbow here, to stand out. So I need to find something really neutral for this background. Either way, it's gonna look like a unicorn birthday party just exploded. Which my kids would love, but it's perfect though. Like, you're stressed out and you're doing something super colorful and cheerful. So it works. Yeah, I will do a different page next WIP Wednesday, I think. Because I find it really hard to stay motivated with this Kirby page. And this might be one where I have to just work on a little bit and then shelve it for a few weeks and then come back to it when I'm in the mood and then shelve it again. Because like as I color it, I just feel myself kind of like, I'm kind of bored of this already. And I do want to finish the page, it's just I don't want to force myself, if that makes sense. I don't know if any of you ever get that way, where you just feel like you would be forcing yourself to finish a page that you're just not feeling, and so it wouldn't turn out the way you would want it to. At least that's how I get with like the Kirby pages, which is why I have yet to complete a Kirby page. And here I am pre-ordering his next book. So I kind of look at it as collector's items. You know, it's something you want to own because who knows, they could go out of print and you want that collection. So it's kind of how I look at it with my books. If I don't color in it, it's not like a big deal. I joke that I'm, you know, going to make my video of list of shame, but it really doesn't bother me, or I don't find it like super negative that I haven't finished or even colored a page in any of those books, because I do collect coloring books because that's part of the hobby itself, is collecting. Like same thing with certain pencils. I'm not really a fan of certain pencils, but I buy them to collect them, and I'll still use them. But it's kind of the collection aspect, which is part of the coloring hobby. I'm curious if any of you are the same way, you know, you are a collector on top of a colorist. So let me know in the comments below. And I know my voice has been kind of quiet through this, or I'm trying to keep it quiet. That's because there's still some people asleep in the house. Not everyone gets up at 6 a.m. like me. So I'm trying not to be super loud. Of course, my dog is being loud enough for everyone, so I guess that's fine. So I do apologize if there's a ton of dog noise. She's antsy. She really wants to just go play outside and probably dig a hole in the mud, because that's what she does after it rains, and she just cannot, so it's driving her bonkers. Alright. Well, guys, I try to get these up to an hour, but with everything going on today, I have to get back to doing some painting. What's crazy is we're already past 30-something minutes, and this is all I've accomplished so far. These just take forever to do. But I do like it. I think it's turning out well, and I think it'll be a lot more fun to look at, especially when I do the crystals. I'm just debating if I want to do like the whole crystal in all rainbow colors, like reflecting all the rainbow colors, you know, coming in from the page, or if I want to do like a group of red, group of blue, and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Should I have it make it look like the crystals are reflecting all of the rainbow colors from outside, or should I just have them grouped by color? I'm kind of curious what you guys think on that. But thank you guys so much for sitting and listening to me ramble over my house woes and watching me color a page that I may never finish. But I think next week will be a lot more on track, hopefully, just because all my to-do list will be done by this like Friday or Saturday for my house, so I won't have anything like looming over my head, and I'll have the free time to hopefully like color more, because I'm going insane a little without being able to color. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and until next time, take care.